Hello, everybody, and we're back with the interview. We've got DePaul University's Matt Beach, the guy who you just saw win and close out the first set of the day. How do you feel, Matt?
Hey, everybody. I'm feeling pretty good right now. That was definitely I think a well-played win on our end.
All right, so first question, I guess. We were talking a lot about matchups and how certain times in this game, or across all of the games, Colorado could feel like a little bit behind the eight ball. What preparation did you do before the start of any and every one of these matches?
So for this match in particular, this is we've played against Colorado twice before now. So we were 1-1 against them going into this. So we were definitely really familiar with like the kinds of characters we'd have to play against, the kind of play styles. So at that point, it was just a matter of being like, okay, so obviously like the first couple of rounds are going to be a little bit rough. We're not going to know exactly which matchups we're playing, but like, you know, as the match progresses more, we're going to have a better idea of like which matchups we're going to be going up against, so we could probably counterpick against them a little bit better. At least maybe not like matchup wise, but at least like comfort wise. So that was kind of like the big mindset going into this.
Yeah, and were there any particular character matchups that you had planned out beforehand? You know, in a crew match, in a crew setup like this, you know, did you put players in certain positions to expect a certain outcome?
Yeah, especially like towards the end of the set, it was kind of like avoiding a certain outcome. Like as we know that AIV, I really hope that I'm pronouncing that their tag correctly. They actually did really well against our player Skull Kid in a previous set. Against Colorado University. So our goal is just like, all right, let's just avoid this matchup from happening, because Skull Kid is like arguably our best player in terms of raking in points. So it's like we should probably save him to play against like, you know, somebody else. So it's kind of like a strategy of like, let's try to avoid this certain match up, as opposed to like, let's try and have these exact matchups play out.
Yeah, it's definitely reasonable. Ike Ness is not known to be great for Ness, at least on paper.
Yeah, it's a bit tough.
So you're heading into the final game. It's like you've got a really good lead, but there's just that chance, right? That chance where, you know, three stock for the win and you're tied all of a sudden. Did that weigh on your mind at all?
What's funny is that like it wasn't on my mind at all, because I just wasn't trying to think about it. But like in voice chat, like so Cookie is like our resident mathematician, if you want to say it, in terms of like adding up points and trying to figure out like situations in case we want to know. And like while I'm getting like my water and like prepping for the match, like he's just talking in voice chat, just like, okay, I think this is like pretty much set in stone, but if they get 2-3 stocks, it's over. I'm just like, look, I don't want to think about that right now. That's a little bit too much thinking for me to just go into like a tournament setting. So, you know, for the most part, yeah, just try not to think about it. It's just additional pressure that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah, and going into the last week, what do you think your team needs to do to pull this out, and are you guys confident?
I think we're pretty confident that we're going to be able to do it. I mean, both of these teams that are going to be playing up next for the other side of semis are both really strong, and against Sienna in particular, I don't think we've actually played against them before. So we're feeling very confident, but I think the trick is going to be to just, you know, stay on our toes. Don't, you know, it's always like a common saying, but it definitely applies, I think, here too. Like, don't sleep on literally anybody. Every player that's still, you know, in this league right now has clearly proven that they're all really good players and really good teams. So just a matter of making sure that we withhold that like respect for our competition and make sure that we're totally prepared. And then, with luck, we will get our coveted pigeon dinner, which is like an inside joke. It's like if we were to win the tournament, we get to go out and like celebrate in some way, shape, or form. So with luck, it'll work out.
Yeah, and I mean, congratulations! You're gonna there must be some amount of relief going into qualifications, but there's still one more week left. Congratulations for qualifying.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to playing next time.
Okay, so yeah, thanks Matt Beach for the interview. I think we're gonna go probably to a break before we start the next set, right? So yeah, so we will be back soon. Thank you again. Congratulations, DePaul, and we will be right back.